Today, we are going to learn about Veterans Day and work through a related listening map. Veterans Day is a U.S. federal holiday that honors American veterans of all wars, whether or not they currently serve, and gives us the opportunity to show our gratitude for the sacrifices they made and continue to make to protect our freedoms. Veterans Day is always observed on November 11th. On Veterans Day, Americans honor all past and present military veterans, including the many women who are veterans of military service. Veterans Day is often celebrated with speeches and parades honoring the service of veterans across the United States, as well as family celebrations of their veterans. The holiday began as Armistice Day on November 11, 1919, which was the first anniversary of the end of World War I. In 1926, Congress passed a resolution for an annual observance. In 1938, November 11th became a national holiday. In 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed legislation changing the name to Veterans Day in order to honor veterans of all conflicts that America has been involved with. Britain, France, Australia, and Canada also commemorate the veterans of World War I and World War II on or near November 11th. Veterans Day should not be confused with Memorial Day. Memorial Day, the fourth Monday in May, honors American service members who died in service to their country or as a result of injuries incurred during battle. Veterans Day pays tribute to all American veterans, living or dead, but especially gives thanks to living veterans who served their country honorably during war or peacetime. Veterans are people of all ages, and many have children with them while they serve in the military. Let's listen to some kids whose parents are veterans and learn about their experiences with their military families.
Being a military kid has really given me a bunch of opportunities that I wouldn't have been able to have if I was not a military kid.
We get to go to new places and different places that some people might not have even heard of.
I've been to Italy and I don't think I've ever dreamed of going there, but it was really cool.
I get to travel around the world and I learn a bunch of new languages, like I speak German, French, Italian, and now I'm learning Arabic since I just moved here.
You hear you're moving to the Middle East and you kind of panic a little bit because you don't know what's going to happen. But you actually learn that what maybe you thought was stereotypical about a certain region, you actually become more open-minded.
But since my dad isn't in the military, I'll tell you one bad thing. I have to leave all my friends.
And so I have to basically start a new life in a different country. And when I do, it's really hard.
My mom goes away on a ship for at least about 2 or 3 years.
Everyone's going through the same thing. We're all military kids, but we're all from different places. How many 17-year-olds can say that they've been to Paris and that they've been to Prague and that they've been to Italy? I've already had experiences that most 40-year-old people in America haven't had yet.
I like being a military kid because I love traveling, so my question for my dad is always, where are we going next?
For our listening map activity, we are working with a march called Washington Post by John Philip Sousa. It was composed for an award ceremony to recognize the winners of a children's writing contest. The march was created in 1889 to celebrate the first awards presented by the Washington Post Authors Association, which was a club created to encourage school children to write. Since its first performance, this march has remained one of John Philip Sousa's most popular marches around the world. You will notice a lot of repeat signs. Most marches, which are made for marching bands to perform while walking, have repeated sections that keep popping up in different parts of the song. Let's work through it together. In our next lesson, we'll learn about some notable individuals from World War I and World War II. We will also work through one more listening map.